je m'intéresse à la... What could be feminine? Je m'intéresse à la... I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now that's feminine that we'd be interested in. That's terrible. Je m'intéresse au sport, je m'intéresse à la musique. Je m'intéresse à la musique. I'm interested in it because you've had an A, I. Je m'y intéresse. J-E-M apostrophe Y, je m'y intéresse. So, to get used to it, je vais m'habituer à parler. I'm going to get used to speaking. Je vais m'y habituer. What could we do? What other one have we had? Okay, se mettre à quelque chose, to kind of get down to doing something. So, je vais me mettre à faire quelque chose. Je vais m'y mettre. Okay? And there's an excellent website that I've talked about before called Lingui. And if you type in an example of some French that you've heard, spelt correctly, it will then give you some examples of where that occurs in French. You could do it with Google, but it doesn't give it you quite as nicely laid out. So, for example, okay, so to expect something is s'attendre à. So it's like the verb to wait, made reflexive with a to. So, je m'attends à faire quelque chose. I'm expecting to do something. Je m'y attends. So that is another really good thing to get used to doing, that you pop the E in when you had a. So if we now carry on and we look at yes, so if we look at this idea of a plus the quelqu'un, okay? So we've talked already about how a can go into the next verb, or a can go into the person, then de, then the next verb. So the link between the verb there is going to be a de. So let's look, you'll see what I mean. So the verbs we would be playing with, for example, are conseiller. So he advises me, il me conseille, de faire quelque chose. So you think, okay, conseiller, de, fine. But if he advises me, it's il, so he advised somebody, il a conseillé à quelqu'un, not conseiller quelqu'un. He saw somebody, il a vu quelqu'un. No a. He advised somebody, il a conseillé à quelqu'un. Okay? Permit, defend, allow. Let's have a look. So he commanded me to do it. Il me, so what we need to do with these ones is get used to doing them with the person coming afterwards after a, and then with the pronoun before. Now, as far as you guys are concerned, if it's direct or indirect, it doesn't make much difference on me, te, nous ou vous. So don't practice with those ones, really. I mean, do it once just to get the sentence structure, but practice with a lui and a leur, because it makes no difference with me, te, nous ou vous. The same for direct and indirect. So if I had commandé to order, so he ordered me to do it. Yes, il m'a commandé de le faire. He ordered him, il lui a commandé de le faire. Better. Now practice with the name. Il a commandé à Luc de le faire. Okay? You're going to have to remember to put that a in before the person. He ordered somebody to do it. Il a commandé à quelqu'un de le faire. Okay? As you're working through that, just think, why is there an a? Well, he didn't order the person wasn't what was ordered. It was the person was ordered to do something, okay? So don't worry too much about that one, but what you would need to do is practice it both ways round. So practice it with a lui and a leur, then practice it with an a and then the next verb. Let's do another one. He advised him to speak. Il lui a conseillé de parler. He advised Luc to speak. Il a conseillé à Luc de parler, okay? He forbids Luc to speak, whatever. Il défend à Luc de parler, il lui défend de parler. He asked Luc to speak. Il a demandé à Luc de parler. Yeah, it's not il a demandé Luc, il a demandé à Luc. He asks him, il lui demande. So let's use say, another verb you're already used to. Dire. He asks them to play. He asked them to play. Il leur a... what are we doing? No, he told. Well, we're on dire. He told them. Il leur a dit. He told John and Alan. Il a dit à John and Alan. So every single time with these verbs that you would have a lui or a leur before, you're going to have to remember that you have an a if you're going into the proper name. If you're not using the him, her, etc. So this is just a really great way of remembering this. Now your mouth might remember some with the lui and the leur. Je lui parle, je leur parle. Your mouth might remember with some with the a and then the name. Either way, they need to be there. Forbids me, il m'interdit, il lui interdit de parler, il interdit à Luc de parler. Promise, he promises me. I must stop saying me because me is an easy one to do. He promises him. Il lui promet. He's not promising him. He is not the thing that is being promised. The thing that is being promised to him. So il lui promet. Il promet à Luc de le faire. Okay. So that is really, really, really the big first video on our a. I will be doing more. So ideas to gather in this one are: remember that some verbs will just take a after them if they're going into a person. Yeah? And more often than not, it will then go de straight after that person into the next verb. And some verbs will just go a straight into the next verb. So ultimately those two types are different because one has de before a verb and one has a before a verb. Okay? And what must you do? Get into the habit of being comfortable with using lui and leur. And then, because the amount of people I teach that can say these verbs with me, but when it comes to a him or a her or a them, they're panicking. So we just need to remember to use lui and leur before, then an a, and then the person afterwards. So I strongly recommend you watch this video back on this section and just say those ones in your mouth. Other things to do with a that we've talked about today is when you have a concept or even a verb, it doesn't matter, which is the second verb. Yeah, it would need to be the second verb. So, je m'intéresse à, je m'habitue à, je m'attends à something. When you then want to get rid of that whole second verb, and just make it I'm interested in it, I'm expecting it, then that would be an I. So, je m'y attends, je m'y habitue. Makes sense? So I hope this has been useful. This is step one in a lengthy process of our a revision. I didn't want to do all the basic stuff with a straight at the beginning because it just gets a little bit boring. So next a video that we will do will be some common expressions that use a in French that use other prepositions in English. So for example, in its place, à sa place. So idiomatically, we will be looking at times that we use a. Because the same in English, for example, at the moment, yeah, in French, en ce moment, we use en. So it goes both ways. There's times where we swap them around on both sides. So that will be something that we will look at next time, which I'm sure will be really useful. By foot, on foot, à pied, for example. So that will be the idiomatic theme of the next video. It's a big thing, this a business. It's a massive word in French, but I have promised enough of you that I would get round to doing it. So let me know that part one was useful. And I will see you soon for I will see you soon for the next video on a. Please subscribe if this is new to you. Please click like, and by all means, if you need to contact me with any questions other than the commentary underneath, you can do so on logiclanguagelearning@gmail.com. I shall speak to you very soon.